What's up everybody? How you guys doing today? So, as you can tell by the title, and that's what I'm recording it right now, yes, I did actually, I did make a short a couple days ago because I was stuck in doing the decision of selling my Canon vlogging camera because I was barely using it, spent too much money on it, and I kind of feel like I didn't get exactly what I wanted. Like it just wasn't an upgrade. I don't know, I'll explain more about that later, but you guys did see that short. Yesterday I posted that camera comparison. Well, I filmed it a couple days ago, but I uploaded it yesterday as I'm recording this. And last minute decision, I chose to sell it. And I'm gonna explain in this video why. And we're gonna do it vlog style because it has been a little while since I've used this guy. And I think honestly, this is the thing I truly deserve, honestly. So without further ado, let's get started with this video. It's pretty early morning right now. It's like 9:30 and I have work in about an hour and a half. I gotta get ready about half an hour. But I'm just gonna make this as quick as I can. So you guys did see my short I posted. I think it was Friday, Saturday night, I forgot. Then I posted my camera comparison yesterday between this guy and the Canon vlogging camera. So last minute choice, I did decide to sell it for almost around the same price, and it sold like immediately, dude. But basically, you know, in the camera comparison, I did mention a couple of things that basically did deceive me to like wanting to probably sell it and go back to my Sony. So here's how the whole story went of me trying to get this camera. I got it back in February. I struggled a bunch to get it, but I think the struggle was a little unnecessary. I feel like I probably should have just like, why did I even bother so much, or why was I desperate in wanting to get that thing? Like, this thing was fine, dude. You know, I only had it for, at the time, a year and 8 months. I feel like I didn't need to upgrade so soon afterwards, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why though, I just chose to. I guess maybe because I was like, oh, maybe because since I upgraded camcorders, you know, I had upgraded this thing. This is my Panasonic camcorder right here, and I upgraded my Canon Vixia, which was about 4.5 years old at the time. Well, not the current model I have, but you know, the camera itself that I've been using, you know, or like the model, like the whole Vixia series itself. I've been using that for 4.5 years at that time when I bought it, my Panasonic. So I was like, okay, that I need to upgrade. And then compared to, you know, this guy, which I only had it for not that long, you know. And so I don't know why I was choosing. So I was feeling desperate to, you know, go for it. But I struggled a lot because I went on Mercari and I found really good deals for it, because that camera would average around $250 to $300. And I guess I thought I was finding good deals on it on Mercari. And what was going on was that was not the case. What had happened was they sent it to the wrong address, sellers were bots, and on top of that, to make it worse, it probably, I don't know this for sure, but I'm pretty sure that the items in the package were not the camera. I'll bet you that right now. Cause like, I don't know, so the prices just seemed too good, and they were bots too. They don't respond to your messages, and they, like, whenever the tracking status, you start to get notifications for that. It would say that like it created the it created a label, but it was like far away from the origin destination. Like, it always say Houston, and Houston is like close to me. Well, not close, but I mean like close as in it is in the States, because I live around the Dallas area, and Houston's about 4 hours from me. But at least compared to like where it originated from, which would probably be, if I remember correctly, I think it was in Virginia, which is pretty far out. But yeah, so that seems suspicious to me. And then it was after three attempts at the end of February. I was like, you know what? I've had enough. I just went on eBay instead. I just ended up paying full price, like $300. Camera, a couple days later, you know, I thought I would be happy with it. You know, the first month of it, I was pretty happy with it. I took it to Monterrey, vlogged there. And it was after and then shortly after that, I just stopped. Like, I stopped using it completely. Like, I think it might have had to do just because I didn't have anything to vlog at all. But as like a week ago, I started to realize something, and I feel like I probably should have thought of this a long time ago. For one, so I spent $300 on an upgrade that I didn't even need. I just wanted it, but I feel like I didn't even need it. Again, this camera, I've only had it for, sorry, I've only had this camera, at the time I bought it, a year and 8 months. As of right now, it's been exactly 2 years, well, 2 years and 1 month. But at the time, you know, I feel like I didn't have it for that long. I don't know why I desperately wanted to upgrade. Maybe I got bored of the quality, but then I guess later on, as I realized and watch all the other videos and compare it, I'm like, honestly, dude, something just doesn't feel right, you know? Like, it's something about the Canon feels so off compared to the Sony. Like, when I first got this thing, I remember, because this was my first vlogging camera, you know? Before I'd vlog with my Canon Vixia. And now that I had this guy, I was like, dude, it made it so much easier. And I remember like so many memories getting this thing when I started vlogging it off. And it reminds me so much of Plain Rock's vlogging camera, the Sony ZV-1, even though this is probably nothing even close to it, just because the ZV-1 came out in 2020, this thing came out in 2016. This thing's a budget camera, the ZV-1's like a premium camera. But hey, it's Sony, you know? And I think they share the same interface too, because it's a Sony CyberShot. Yeah, I think they are. And on top of that, it reminds me a lot of my mom's old Sony CyberShot from 2009. I used to film a couple of videos on that thing back in 2014 when I was like 10. I have those videos on my hard drive, but I'm not going to show them. But I guess in a sense, you know, something felt more off with the Canon when I got it. Like, it didn't have the same feeling as, like, I wasn't too, like, completely, I wouldn't say I was unsatisfied or I wasn't satisfied. I was, but like, it didn't have the same feeling of satisfaction as when I got this guy back in 2021. Probably because this was the first thing I ever had, and I decided, you know what, make the most of it. But now it's just like, I don't know, I don't vlog that much anymore. I don't really go out that much anymore. And I feel like I just kind of spent a lot of money. On top of that, yes, it was expensive, $300. Then once I look at the quality, I'm like, it's good quality. Yeah, don't get me wrong. But I think for the price I paid for, it's like, I don't know, man. It doesn't seem right. I feel like I probably paid too much. And then this guy I paid only $200 for, which I think that's a steal for this guy. They're probably cheaper now. I could probably get this, if I didn't have this yet, I could probably get it for $165 or something like that, around $150. I'm not entirely sure. But those are so for right now, it's just that it wasn't the upgrade I needed, and it just doesn't feel the same way as a Sony. Like, it just wasn't the upgrade I expected it to be. You know, after a few months, I just kind of realized that. I don't know why it took me so long. I feel like I probably should have realized that sooner or later. And in terms of video quality, yeah, it was good. But I think for the price, I feel like I should have paid way less for it. And I think some other aspects I was mentioning with the camera comparison is, again, in some ways I think this guy does better than the Canon. Like the frame rate. See how right now the frame rate's maintaining 60? Right now, if I was filming this with the Canon, it would be at 30. And it's only when you're outside in broad daylight that the frame rate goes up to 60. I guess even these slightly darker situations, and you guys can see it is a little grainy, but it is actually picking up the colors okay, you know? It's not that grainy to a point where, oh, it's so bad. Nothing like that. And the Canon wasn't grainy either, but I guess because it didn't want to be grainy, it couldn't really try to pick up the darker colors right now. And I feel like even what I was mentioning, when it shifts colors, the Canon definitely, not the Canon, Sony does it quicker. And when I say if I'm recording myself, well, it's facing up to the sky, the Sony can pick up my face and the sky, well, the Canon can only pick up my face, and it's struggling a lot in the sky. And like, I think something I did also notice was the brighter colors. It wasn't obnoxious, don't get me wrong, but it didn't seem that right, honestly, to me. And after a while, I was kind of realizing, dude, I don't know. I feel like I lost $300 because while it's not a bad camera, it just, again, wasn't the upgrade that I expected it to be, and it also wasn't the upgrade I needed. I feel like I probably should have just ended up using this thing more. I don't know, maybe in a few years I'll buy that camera again, but I did end up selling it on eBay Sunday night for the same price I bought it for, and immediately right away it sold. Well, it made a bit of an offer, only by $20. Actually, I'll show you guys the listing right now. So this is the original item right here. I sold it with everything, the camera box, all the spare batteries, that little case that I never used, you know, everything worked. This is how much I originally sold it for, of course, with the shipping costs, of course, and I did put best offer, and the guy, again, he sent me an offer of $280, which was a little cheaper, and I guess the shipping, maybe it was $13 depending out of his out of where he came from, $26 with the tax, so it came to this much. This is how much I originally paid for, so we got that. Sales tax, I guess eBay collect that, and for me, the transaction fees was $42, dog. I don't understand why eBay fees are so long, and then the ad fee standard was like nearly $30, so that's how much, because like, usually when you sell things on eBay, you can choose to promote it, but I guess later on afterwards, eBay charges you a fee for that. Usually you're not that big, but this has to be the biggest they've ever charged me. $30, so this is how much I really earned from it. So comparing to how much I spent on it, I basically lost about $100, but honestly, this is okay, honestly. I think basically you could say I spent about $100 to use that camera for only a few months and not like full time, which I guess I can kind of understand that, you know. Canon products do seem to get, you know, kind of expensive, or those kind of cameras anyway. Something like a Vixia, you could find those for super cheap for like 150, $200. But yeah, so I think on top of that, I don't know what else to say. I guess just telling you the reasons why I actually decided to sell the Canon, and I'm gonna end up using this guy again. And I feel like maybe I just gotta, I don't know, give this thing more time, because I feel like I upgraded so soon, and it wasn't the upgrade I needed, and also wasn't the thing I fully expected it to be. Some other features again that did actually, after a while, I decided, I was like, damn, Sony does this better, dog. And then also on top of that, the other thing I didn't mention is the weight, dude. That camera was kind of heavy, dog. Like right now, see how I'm holding my Sony like this? If I was holding the Canon right now, my arm would be hurting already. This thing is so freaking light, bro. It's like light as air, bro. And I really like that about this thing. And again, something about the Canon doesn't hold the same memories as this guy, and because it wasn't an upgrade I needed, and then since I didn't feel the same memories, I was like, yeah, this feels so off, dude. So that's why I'm trying to stick with the Sony. And the Sony itself does a pretty good job at what I needed to do. I'm not like a professional vlogger or nothing like that. I feel like with the Sony I can get whatever I need, bro. Honestly, it's fine. So I guess that's gonna be about it for this video. So not much to say. By the way, I shaved my little beard. I didn't shave my mustache, and I need a haircut too, because it has been a while, bro. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I think I wanted to mention a couple other updates in this video. I forgot what it was though. I know one of them I want to mention. See this chair right here? I've been using this chair for so many years. See how far back it pushes. And see, it's ripping apart too. So I'm in desperate need of a new chair. So I'm gonna look for a gaming chair. I found one on Amazon for $60 plus with $30 shipping, because it doesn't come from the Amazon warehouses. It comes from this other place, and it doesn't have Prime because I have Amazon Prime. But I'm gonna look into that. But obviously, they already sent me the payout for the camera. I literally barely shipped it out yesterday, and they already sent me the money for it. Then I get a paycheck this Friday. So on top of that, what's gonna be? I think I'm gonna wait till I get my paycheck to actually to get that chair. I don't talk to my parents about it, of course, because it's a huge item, you know. It's a chair, so obviously afterwards we gotta figure out what we're gonna do with this guy. I think that was all the little extra updates I wanted to add. Yeah, I think that's it for now. And that's gonna be it for this video, guys. So thank you guys for watching. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say now. I might do another camera comparison later on between my Panasonic and my old Canon Vixia. Stay tuned for that. Maybe probably this weekend. I'll see what happens. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.